Hi, and welcome to a documentation of my life. Mm, I'm drinking tea and I'm eating Maria cookies, um, which I bought because I went to Yoshiko's today. Today was my show, my reading. I don't think the audience loved my reading. I think it was like a very specific audience, okay? Like mostly American, mostly into experimental theater, but not really theater, but most like poetry and dance, but it wasn't really dance. So I was like, I don't know. The way Isabel described it was a room full of egos. And I agree. I agree that it was a room full of egos. And I asked this question, okay, so for example, we're talking about war and we're talking about yeah, war, American intervention, and all these things. But then I feel the artists make it about themselves, and it's not about themselves. It's bigger than that. I'm like, if you leave the U.S. and you live in one of these countries, you realize what the reality is. But one thing's to be in the U.S. fighting for those things. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, this is my dinner because I need to save money and I can't afford to buy a burger, but I want to be eating a big ass burger. Okay, I have many thoughts about things. I think I want to live by myself. I think I'm in that stage where I just want to live by myself. I think, okay, here's the thing. I don't know if it only happens to me, but I experience so much peace. Like, I feel I'm really at peace, but then being at peace is also kind of lonely. You know what I mean? Because, like, you protect your peace so much. And then it's like, my room's a mess, but I need to organize my room. I mean, look at my room. I am gonna miss this room. But, um, like, I don't feel like hanging out with lots of people these days. And I'm like, am I antisocial? I don't know. I also, and I was saying it today morning, like, I see people in their 30s and I'm like, I don't want to be there while I'm 30s. But then I was walking to the train, normal everyday 20-minute walk to Nassau and Bedford, and I was like, damn, I want to be surrounded by nature. Because in the subway, like Bedford Ave and then First Ave, in those minutes I was listening to this new French playlist that I really like. It's like very classical, I think, but also like kind of newish. But I was seeing Pinterest and I was seeing all these houses with gardens, and I was like, wow, damn, I want the house with the garden. And I think that would be enough for me. Because Yoshiko today was mentioning fame, that she wanted to be famous, that she wants to be famous. And I was like, I want that, and I think I wanted it more a while ago, but now I just seek peace. I just seek peace in a beautiful small house in the mountains. I don't know where. And the dining table outside, and I can hear the birds chirping, and a river close by, and run through the fields. And if I get tired of that, then I'll move to the city and I'll start over. But I'm not scared of starting over. Like, I'm really not scared of starting over. I've done it before and I've said it earlier today. Okay, delusional moment of the day. Like, I was woken up by my roommate's music, which led me to the thought of like, I want to live by myself. But I don't know, I was like, a part of me expected that might end to this New York era. Because I'm supposed to leave in like a month or something, I don't know. But it was like, I have a boyfriend and he has a car, and like, he comes into my apartment and we're packing everything together, and like he holds me from behind, like in those movies. He holds me from behind, and then he kisses me here, and then it's like this cutesy scene in which I'm leaving here to start a new chapter, because I'm like, I'm ready to start a new chapter. That's how it really feels like. I'm ready to start a new chapter and to start a different life that I might be scared of starting, but that I want to start. And I really want that, like I really thought that's how it was gonna be. And yeah, it's part of my expectations and delusions, but that's okay. We can dream. We can dream, yeah, probably. Attachment is suffering and all those things, but like, I'm just human. Like, let me dream. Let me suffer. Um, so yeah. I have lots of thoughts. Okay, I wanted to say this to someone. I hope you had a good weekend. But then I was like, I did everything in my power. I think I did. But I hate that thing. Like, I was supposed to go on a date tonight with this guy who, like, I thought was really cute for 2 years. And now he's available and all those things, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't see a future with him, and it's because, like, maybe because when I start seeing someone, I'm like, okay, I can imagine a future with you or don't. And maybe that's a red flag. Like, okay, I want to develop the idea of relationships in my life. Like, I didn't have a normal college experience. Because, like, okay, all my roommates went to school together. And I was thinking, I was like, wow, that's so cool that you get to live with your roommates after college. I was like, that was not an experience for me. You know what I mean? And I'm like, would I live with someone from college? And I'm like, no, they're all actors. They're like, everyone's going through much. It would be like such a dramatic space. And like, it's also the grief I feel about that era in my life of like, okay, I didn't have a university experience. Which I'm like, would I have wanted to? Maybe. I chose art instead. I know I could have chose both. No, I mean, if I stayed in Colombia, in the US, I couldn't afford that. But sometimes I think that's the price to pay for what I'm meant to be in life, but I don't really know what I'm meant to be in life. I really wish I was eating a biggest burger right now. I think it's also weird because like Grinder. I used to hate Grinder, but lately I've had interesting conversations in Grinder. I'm not objectively like solely objectified. Like I've had conversations, like real conversations, like how are you? I'm good. How are you? And then it leads to something. Um, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about American audiences, but I still wanna do my art for American audiences. I wanna see how they feel about my art. I think that's something I want from life. I have so many questions, and I don't need the answers now. But yeah, I think a big part is the grief of imagination. I think it's us learning to forgive what wasn't and let it go and start over. But yeah, it's always about starting over. Start with clean sheets, right? Um, yeah, there are no plans, there's only intentions. I don't really know. Like talking through things really helps release. It's like a catharsis, like a cathartical event. So I mean, yeah, Life, life, life. What a crazy bitch, right? So yeah, a part of me, it's like, I wish I lived all these different life experiences. But then I was like, I also trust that I'm where I'm supposed to be, and I'm living the life I'm supposed to live. Because at the end, there's so much in our control, you know? Like, what can I control? What movie I watch tonight between Severance and the Double V of Veronique, because I haven't finished it. Mm. Find someone to go to a bar with, which I haven't. Like I said, I chose peace too hard, and now I'm like, where's my youthful? I'm 21 years old, and I'm tired, and I live the life like someone is older than me. But then it's like, am I gonna be crazy partying when I'm 30? I don't know. Maybe. I think it's making peace for where I am right now. This is where I am right now. There's no one way to live life. I just don't want to waste my life, you know. I don't want to feel that I wasted my life. That I didn't have enough fun. Yeah. Yeah. Only thing I can control is this was supposed to be my breakfast, so what am I gonna have for breakfast tomorrow? I don't know. And it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna wait for my mom to call me, and I should go and make dinner. And it's gonna be good. And I'll go to bed, and tomorrow's sunny day. I don't know, I just feel like this feeling of like I'm bored. Like I want something more exciting. So I'm like, is that feeling peace? Is peaceful boring? Is peace boring? I don't know. I think it's a mix of peace and grief, what I'm feeling right now. Like the grief of the life I'm not living, but that's also based on my expectations. It's like I'm just present. I just need to learn to be present. So I guess that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I'm gonna be present. Will I look for someone on Grindr to hang out with? Maybe. Maybe I end up having a beer. Maybe I just end up going to bed. Like when Allison once texted me, she's like, should I go home with him? And I'm like, just go to bed. So that's what I might just do. I might just go to bed, and I'm gonna have a beautiful beginning of the week. Only good vibes. And I'm gonna start looking for programs in France. So yeah, I like having something to aim for. I think I think it helps with my breath. It helps me breathe. So yeah.